Hello, data enthusiast, and welcome back to Guide Coachings, your one stop destination for all things data analysis and visualization. I am Mozam Ali, your data guide, and today we are diving into an essential topic that every Tableau developer should master: life versus extract. But before we jump into the exciting world of data, I have something special to share with you. Are you passionate about your data analytics? Eager to transform your career? Well, you are in the right place. We are thrilled to introduce our 3 months online data analyst course designed for both beginners and experts with a guaranteed placement and potential to earn up to 10 lakhs per annum. This course is your pathway to success. You can even join our free demo classes on Saturdays and Sundays between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The registration link and the class joining link is into the description. You can just go into the description and search for it. Don't miss out this fantastic opportunity to level up your career. And if you have not subscribed by any chance, I know, I'm sure you must have subscribed us, but if you have not subscribed us, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so that whenever I push a new video, you will get notified. Okay, let's get started with today's topic: live versus extract. Now, what is live versus extract? Basically, it is a type of connections which Tableau provides to a user or to a developer who are working onto the Tableau desktop. Now, how the connection is so the data source, which is the backbone of your visualizations, is considered as a data source, which can be either can be in a continuous format or it can be into a discrete format. Now, what is continuous and what is discrete, what is extract and what is live, I will be explaining you. So see here, we have a data source and we are taking a snapshot or a replica of it, and then we are creating our dashboards and visualizations. That is the one form of connection. Now we will be talking about the live connection. So in live connection, what happens, it mainly depend on the four aspects. The first one is real time data. Whatever data is present into the our database or into the data source is going to be used for the creation of reports and dashboards. So Tableau connects directly to your data source, something like SQL Server or Snowflake or any MongoDB, Oracle DB, whatever database you have, you will get connected to it and you will access the data directly. Okay, this means that any changes or updates to the data source are immediately reflected onto the Tableau visualization. Now, suppose you have a data of sales and you are creating charts on the basis of the sales. Now, some customer returned the product or some customer has asking for refund. So in that situation, your customers, your sold goods are not going to be considered as sold because they are coming back to the business. So the visualizations and the reports which you are going to create is going to change according to the data which is present into the system. That is the real time data which we are going to use. Now there are certain advantages and disadvantages. We will be talking about them into this video. Now this point number 2 is latest data. Whatever data is coming from the business, so like you have an online store where you are selling something, like selling your mugs, okay, online, and now your data, all the transaction, customers are placing order into the system, and those orders are getting stored into some sort of database from where you are fetching those records to create visualizations, to understand the business growth, to know how business is growing or what product is getting sold at max. So to get that, we can create a live connection and do that. So it will be what it will give us? It will give us the latest data. Live connection is ideal when you need to most updated data available. Now if you talk about, when the system is time based, like we have a stock market, so stock market is open in between a certain time from 9:15 till 3:30, so that is a time based. We have a very small data set over there, and we are trading on the basis of the trends and charts and graphs. So in that system it is very important, very useful. Now second point is performance. Now ultimately, if you give a handful of rice to a person and ask him to run for a mile, he will be easily, he can run easily. If you give him a bag of 100 kgs or a 10 kgs rice and ask him to run 1 mile, it will be difficult for him, definitely. So that is nothing but live and extract. So in live connection, it is excellent while working with small to medium sized data set. When you are working with a small data set or a medium sized data set, that is fine. But if you are working with a huge data set where the datas where the records are in millions and billions of records at that time, live connection is not advised. Okay, it hampers, because it hampers the performance. It takes a lot of time to execute a particular query on all the records, and then it will give you the result. So it hampers the performance. That is why it is advised to use live connection on a smaller data set. Now the last point in a live connection is data size. Again, do not impose any limitation of data size of the data you can work with, as the data remains in the source system. The data size, or again data size, is playing a very crucial role over here. If you have a huge data, it is not advised to use live connection. And if you have a smaller to medium sized data where you are dealing with a timely, you know uh, time based recording or time based performance, observing something, then at that time you can use live data connection. Okay, now moving on to the next topic, that is extract connection. Now what is extract? Extract, the literal meaning of extract is extracting something. You must have heard about the essence extract, flower extract, or mango extract. So mango extract is nothing but getting out the pulp from a fruit. Okay, that is nothing but the extract meaning. So here also it happens the same way, where we have a data set, live data connection, or a file or a server. We have it, and then we take a snapshot of it. Snapshot means all the records, just a replica, just create a replica of it and store it offline. So whenever, if now what is the advantage of extract, I'll tell you. Whenever this is our database, we are running somewhere here a website which is communicating with database, with this database. Now again, if the developer is again hitting the queries onto this server, and the customers are hitting the queries onto again to this server, it might downgrade, and it definitely downgrade the performance of the query processing to this of this data source. So what happens is, the best way is to take a replica and then start working, so that it does not create a load onto the system. It will share the load between extract and the data source. So that is the best advantage of extract. That is why most of the time extract is used with Tableau desktop. So whenever you are working as a Tableau developer, you don't need to bother about the system is down or not. You will just create a replica, and then you will start working on your data set. That is the advantage of it. Now we will be talking about what are the how extract connection is better than a live connection. And this question is asked for no beginner to the expert level. This is a very basic question which is asked to check your knowledge on live versus extract connections. Okay, so now here we have already talked about the snapshot of data. it will create a replica. It will take a snapshot of or the extract of data, and it will store, and it will perform the operations on it. It will be stored into dot hyper type of file. The dot hyper will be the extension of the file, and it will be stored onto your local machine or a Tableau server. If you push your reports or dashboards onto the Tableau server, it will be pushed onto your server. Now the next point is performance optimization. As extract are designed to improve query performance, especially when dealing with large data set. As I mentioned that whenever we are dealing with a small handful of rice, we can travel to a mile, but if we have a bag full of rice of 100 kgs or 10 kgs maybe, it will be difficult. So here the performance optimization, here the extract comes to the rescue, which is used for taking a replica. It will just take a snapshot, it will take a replica, and it will release, it will free out the system, the main server, so that the users or the developers can take care of that performance, or they can use that server. But it will take a replica, and from there it will uh, do the do the creation of dashboards and reports. Okay, so it will improvise the performance, it will not create a load onto the system. Now third is offline access. Now assume you are a data, you are a Tableau developer, you are working into your office, but due to some reasons you need to travel to some other country or some other state. At that time you want to also finish your in-hand task which you are working on the dashboards or reports. So what, in that situation, what you will do, you will take a replica of your dashboard of your data, and then you can work offline as well on your dashboards and reports. You have a sample data, you will work on that, and definitely when you get connected you can do a refresh, or you can just go to a live connection, and then your reports and dashboards whichever you have created will work smoothly. Now the next point is data size consideration. Now what is that? While extract can significantly improve performance, they do come with a limitation on the amount of data you can include in the extract, right? Okay, so the size consideration, what happens in the extract, it will not take whole data as a extract. It will take, like, if you have, I'm just giving you an example, or this is just a hypothesis. Okay, so if you have 100 records, it will just take 80 or 70 records out of it, and then it will give you as a data source to work on it. It will not give the snapshot of all data, because ultimately if it takes the whole data, it will increase the load onto the Tableau server. It is going to increase the load onto the Tableau desktop. That is why, that is the reason why the small amount of data is taken as a extract, and then we as a developer work on it. Okay, then the next point is refresh scheduling. Okay, extract can be set to refresh on a schedule, ensuring that the data is periodically updated without need of manual intervention. Now here we can schedule a refresh, so that ultimately by every now and then it will go back to the original data source and get a refresh of our data. So if any CRUD operation, insert, update or delete operation, is performed onto the data, that has to be merged with the reports or the dashboards which we have created. So that is the advantage. So these are the four advantage. First is snapshot of data, performance optimization, offline access, data consideration, data size consideration, and the fifth is refresh scheduling. Now by the by till the till here you must have understood what should we use. Okay, so when we use each, okay, so the first point is live connection. When it is best, live connection is best when you want to have the updated data and the data set is relatively small or a medium size. That is the reason number one when you will use live connection. 2 points. The first one is most updated data. When you want most updated data, at that time you will use live connection, and when the data size is very small, at that time you can use live connection. Now when you will use extract connection, so extract connection, choose and extract when you are working with a large data set. Ultimately, when you have small data, you will use live. When you have huge data, you will use extract connection. And when you need to do the performance optimization, again you will use the extract. When you want to work offline, then you will use extract. When you have very useful and you want to prepare the aggregation before the visualization, again you will be using the extract connection. Okay, now here is a small note that I want to share with you, that ultimately the decision between live versus extract connection depends on your specific project requirements. The third aspect is your project requirement. As I mentioned, that if you are dealing with a stock market project where you are going to check about all the put and call values, all the bull and bearish market, and you want to track about the Henneken charts, and you want to uh, track about the demand and supply into the market, at that time you can use live connection. But if you have certain healthcare domain project, or you are working with a finance domain project, or you are working with a e-commerce domain project, in that situation the time constraint is not there, so you can work on the past data or the existing data, for which you can use the extract connection. Okay, now the size and complexity of your data, specific project requirement, size of the complexity of your data, and your performance need. Okay, these are the three aspects again you can consider. And Tableau provides the flexibility to choose connection type between best suited for your analysis and reporting tools. Okay, that is how you will choose between live versus extract, and most of the time extract is used. Why? We already discussed about the topics. Okay, if you like the video, please subscribe us and hit that bell icon. And if you have any questions, any queries, or any doubts, you can write me a comment and we will be discussing it into our next session. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a nice day.